How to get more coaching clients or affiliate sales. What's up, guys? It's Jamie here. Today's video is all about a little trick that I've been using to get more coaching students. Now, this is going to be applicable if you're obviously a coach or you're a high-ticket affiliate marketer and you're looking to put in some front-end offers, or maybe just look at sending a couple of your lower ticket buyers or things that people have purchased before, some of the software that you use, for example, into one of your back-end programs, whether that is, like I say, an affiliate offer or your own coaching for that matter. Now, before I jump into that, this is the first time here, I'd like to say an incredibly warm welcome to you. My name's Jamie. I'm a full-time affiliate marketer. I'm also a coach, and I've helped over 700 students absolutely smash it with their affiliate marketing business. And what I do now is really just document my 10 plus years I've been online and try and help a few people out along the way. Feel free to hit the subscribe button if you're interested in staying up to date. Right, so little interesting trick, and it's not really a trick, it's just a way to start to get paid for your time in advance in order to then send some of the folks to your back-end products, right? So now that the big bold headlines done and dusted, I'm going to explain exactly why this works, as well as how you can start to implement it in your own business. So very, very simply, and you have to forgive my drawing capabilities in advance, thank you very much. But quite simply, there's a couple of different models that you can deploy when it comes to your coaching and especially with affiliate products as well. And so you've got the first one being an Ascension model. That's a very unique looking A, is it not? Wow, let's go me with my drawing. Look at that. Wow. Keep your day job, Jamie. Cool. Okay, so there's an Ascension model, and essentially what that means is that there's a front end purchase. Could be, for example, like a tripwire that is someone opts in for a free gift of some kind, and then they're met with a low ticket offer ranging anywhere from sort of like $7 up to say $97 as an example. And there's usually some sort of process on the back end in order to ascend that person to the high ticket offers. And so this is a great model, by the way. It works really well, and it means that, especially if it is an affiliate offer, if you are putting traffic through that front end, it means that you don't really need to worry about the ascension itself, because hopefully the product vendor has actually done the hard work for you, and they've got all sorts of automations and sequences in order to ascend some of your people up to the high ticket offer. Works really well. What it also means is, on the other side of that, if you're a coach or a product creator, you're also dealing with a pool of buyers, and buyers are 12 times more likely to buy based off your recommendation again. So if you have a really good experience with someone and they send you an email, for example, and say, hey, I've got this really cool thing, you should buy it, all the cool kids are doing it, you're like, oh, okay, fine, I'll buy it. That means that the lifetime value of that particular buyer, that particular customer, is increasing every time you're able to do that, right? So that's why Ascension models work really well, because you are, like I say, dealing with buyers. And of course, if they have had that good experience with you, they're more likely to ascend to your back-end offers or high ticket affiliate offers as well. Right, or cross-promote anything else you choose to. Right, the other one is quite literally just straight to high ticket, and that's more of a descension. So this is what I normally recommend people do as a starting point, because the majority of your cash flow is going to come from that high ticket stuff, right? So it's the top of your mountain up here, and what it means is that I would optimize this part. And so for coaches, this is what I'd aim at, is the premium offer that you've got, coaching, for example. And again, it could be a high ticket affiliate offer for that matter. It really doesn't matter. Wow, it's like my writing's getting worse with age. This is crazy. Apologies to any 5-year-olds that I'm insulting by saying that I'm probably right like you guys. So anyway, right, with all that being said, what I'd encourage everyone to do is optimize what the top, the pinnacle, the apex, the apotheosis, the maximum premium coaching offer that they have. I would get that in alignment and make sure that you've got that ticking along nicely, because what it means is that everything can come off the front end from that, right? Meaning that you can start working on ascensions, you can start throwing out different offers for various things along the way, meaning that, especially if you're doing it through organic marketing, you should put that disclaimer in as well. What that means is that you're going to start building out your pool of buyers in order to start ascending those people, right? So I just wanted to throw those two things out there. Essentially a descension model, you take care of the top first, you're looking for the highest possible cash flow from your prospective customers, and then you're looking to downsell or cross-sell or create front-end offers for getting buyers later on after you've sort of worked that out. The other way, of course, is the ascension, where you get the buyers in the front end, you're looking to ascend into something high ticket later on, right? Both have their pluses, both have their minuses. What I'm talking about today is quite simply a very, very, very basic Ascension model. So all this is, and the big reveal, it took me about 9 minutes to get there, but the big reveal, it's just a low cost coaching call. There you go. Crazy, I know, like genius stuff here, right? So this is how it works. Basically, what I did, and you got to leverage scarcity, exclusivity, fear of missing out, so FOMO, and you as a brand, you do need to have some authority. By the way, you cannot just like go, cool, well, I've got no audience, I've got no authority in that audience. I'm just going to go and do this technique. And then you're going to come back and write a comment saying, oh, Jamie, you suck, this doesn't work. You do need to have those two things. And if you don't have them, maybe consider joining my free group. I will show you how you can rapidly grow your authority, build a personal brand that people want to buy from. Right, there's a link below if you want to check that out. Right, so here's what happens. Like my normal rate is $497 per hour for my coaching, right? And so what that means is that I'm relatively vocal on Facebook, for example. I will communicate that to my people in my posts and in my videos and different things. And also I have high ticket coaching offers, starting from sort of 1,500 right up to 12K plus. And so with that in mind, if people are usually aware that that is the standard coaching offer, it's either $500 for an hour or 1,500 as a bare minimum, all that type of stuff. What it means is that if you're deviating from that norm for an hour of your time, for example, then usually you get a few people that are interested, right? Which is really, really cool. So here's what I did. I said basically tiny little post, and I deleted it, so I don't have an actual example, but don't really need to get that creative with it. You literally just say this: next 5 people only, for the next 24 hours only, or Z4 as I like to put it, Z4, 24 hours. Whatever goes first, so whether it's the 24 hours or 5 spots get sold, I'm going to offer my coaching, and for me, I just put $49. I don't want to give it for free because I need to know that people that are at least getting the credit card out are going to take it a hell of a lot more serious than people that give stuff away for free, right? So $49 was my magic number there. You might want to play around with that depending on where you're at in your journey in terms of your coaching and what you normally charge, all that type of stuff. So the reason why this works really well is because you're dealing with buyers first and foremost. So what it means is that you're not actually aiming to sell them. This is the ninja hack of this whole process, right? You're not looking to sell these people. What you're looking to do is genuinely help them with their problem. You're genuinely looking to help those folks out. And you're not actually using that time in order to do some little magic mind trick to get them to ascend, all that sort of stuff. But it does pay to have that offer sitting there, right? And because what happens is once you start to sell a couple of these things and they book a time and you hop on the call and you say, listen, what are you working on at the moment? What are you stuck with? What are your biggest struggles? What would you like to be achieving? When would you like to be achieving that by? You're actually not trying to sell anything, but what tends to happen is a natural byproduct of you taking deep dive into the stuff, because you need to know, if you're going to coach someone, you need to know what their main issues are, right? So if you know this stuff, then of course it's going to be very logical at the end of the conversation to say, listen, do you need some ongoing help with this? I think you might get a bit of assistance from XYZ. Or if you don't resonate with that person, you don't make that offer. This is the beauty of it, right? You can control this. And so the cool thing is you're dealing with buyers. The bad side is you're devaluing yourself. So don't do it all the time, by the way. What I mean by that is if people are used to paying a certain amount for your time and you're like just giving it away pretty much for free, $15 or whatever, you're actually devaluing your brand. This is why I was quite happy to do this once, delete the post, never to be seen again. That way it creates a sense of exclusivity around it. And things tend to work out, right? So you sell the 5 spots, or the 24 hours go by and hopefully you've sold a few spots at least anyway. Like I say, you quite simply hop on a call with someone, and once you hop on that call, at the end of the conversation, if you've had a good experience, you believe you can help them out, and you believe that your next thing can help them out, you quite literally just ask the question, how would it look if we were to continue working together? And they might say, usually, well, tell me a little bit about that. I'm kind of curious. Or what do you got? Or they go, oh, no thanks. I knew this was a ploy to get me on a call to sell me some stuff. in which case they're not your people, don't need to push the issue. And you can just say, listen, I'll send you some info, happy to have a chat later on. What I've found from this process, this is the miraculous part, this is the ninja part, is that I used to do this without trying to ascend people to things. So I would just do this type of stuff and like, yeah, okay, cool, here's an hour of your time, bang, done. And what would happen, this is the absolutely crazy part of it, is that they would hop on a call, I wouldn't mention anything about the next thing that I have or selling them or like planting seeds or anything of that nature. And what would happen is people would come back to me after the fact and they would say, Jamie, this is the problem that I'm having. What have you got that can help me with that? And I'd say, oh yes, but well, actually, I've got all these things. I just never thought about actually trying to make an offer. Right. So that's it. Really, really simple. Go and get some authority. If you don't have that, make sure you do. Otherwise, this is going to be completely pointless, and you're going to say, "Oh, Jamie, bloody lied. This doesn't work." So go get some authority. And like I say, hit the link below if you want to learn how I build that and how I help students build incredible brands that allow them to sell anything. That's what we do. And we've helped over 700 students. Absolutely incredible. Won the ClickFunnels 2 Common Club Award for knocking over $1 million. Woohoo! And growing. And got all sorts of things to help you. Anyway, like I say, to recap, 5 people. And also, actually, man, what is with, like, my writing is literally getting worse. That's crazy. All right, so recap is using urgency and scarcity. So instead of me saying 5, what I'll say is make it relevant to your own audience. So I've used this with 1 available. I've used it with 2. 2 seems to be a very sweet number. In fact, the fastest I've ever had this situation, these calls work for me was about 23 minutes. I sold out both of them within 23 minutes. So I put up my post on Facebook, and then I was like, sweet, just waiting. And then I happened to go catch some public transport. And when I came back, actually, no, I was on the train. They're like, I want it. Cool, done, bang, nice and easy, right? You can use 3. And again, this is consider the size of your audience, right? And so the reason why, here's me just, all right, gather around, folks. I'll tell you how to make money. Look, first we're going to start counting. Go 1. Okay, we got that. Okay, 2. All right, now what? Seriously, no. Okay, so here's the thing, though. You got to think about the economics of your own audience. Okay, think about the economics of your own audience. What I mean by that, basically, if you've got 50 people in your audience that are your ideal avatar, and you've maybe developed some sort of relationship with those people, maybe just through your content, right? And all of a sudden you're going, cool, well, there's 20 spots available, and there's only 50 people in the audience that fit that ideal demographic, that are ready to go now, that have a what we call in copywriting a bleeding neck problem that needs to be solved right now. And they have the financial capacity in order to jump in, and the timing's right, all that type of stuff. And you're like, say, hey, yeah, but there's 20 spots available, you won't sell any, which is really ironic because you obviously want to sell a whole bunch, right? You want to go the other way. You want to go, okay, how can I manufacture the economics? So if there's 50 people, maybe you might want to try 5, right? Or 3 people. See how it goes. And if it doesn't sell when you've got 5, just say, cool, 3 left, right? You're not being disingenuous because you're just going, okay, well, just better hammer it off at 3 instead of 5 now. Okay, and then once you do, again, now there's all of a sudden there's only 3 spots left. And what it means is that once you sell those 3 spots, you genuinely delete the post, get rid of it, go and test this out, see how it goes, and it'll work really well. So consider the economics, and that, like I say, is creating urgency, creating scarcity, creating fear of missing out. Okay, and you're going to do that through, I guess, the way that you position yourself in the marketplace, through the authority that you have as a brand, and then basically how you're actually helping your students out as well, right? So the results from this little experiment is basically had the 5 sales recently, which is kind of cool. And what ended up happening off the back of that is 1 confirmed high ticket sales. That's a $3,000 deal right there, nice and easy. Got another one sort of in the works at the moment. Hopefully that comes through very soon. And there is potentially 1 other one there as well, which is really damn cool, right? So because of that, potentially 3 high ticket sales off 5 very small upfront sales. So it could be 10 to 12 grand, maybe 15K worth of revenue to my business, which is kind of cool. Not bad for 3 hours, right? Or 5 hours. Right. Anyway, all that being said, guys, go and implement this. It will help you massively if you're a coach, or like I say, if you're an affiliate marketer, get a little bit creative with this. Go get a Stripe account, get a PayPal account, do this type of stuff, especially if you do have that authority within your audience, and you do it pretty damn well. All right, my name's Jamie. Hit that link if you'd like to join my group, and feel free to drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.